If you're watching this video, you've likely craved a golden, crispy, piping hot carton of McDonald's fries before. And who can blame you? For many people in many countries, there's no better way to give yourself a quick, filling treat than by getting a carton of golden French fries, a Big Mac, and your drink of choice. If you've ever wondered how McDonald's fries get that delicious, slightly addictive taste, then you're in the right place. Today, we take a quick peek behind the scenes of the world-famous McDonald's fries. McDonald's fries are made from a specially engineered species of potatoes grown on farms in the U.S. These potatoes are such an excellent fit for McDonald's that they're vehemently opposed to the idea of changing them for a different option. According to Capital Press, J.R. Simplot engineered the perfect potato called the innate potato, which has certain advantages that make it healthier than regular potatoes. For example, the potatoes bruise less and produce less of a potentially cancer-causing compound when fried. The two species of potatoes McDonald's favors for their fries are Russet Burbank or Shepherdie potatoes. Russet Burbank potatoes, grown mainly in the Pacific Northwest, are ideal for frying and baking. This makes them the best fit for the iconic golden fries. Did you know that McDonald's fries over 3.4 billion pounds of potatoes each year? That's a mind-boggling amount of French fries, but that probably shouldn't be that surprising, because it's the world-famous Mickey D's after all. The McDonald's fries wouldn't be McDonald's fries if they didn't come in the signature long, crunchy stripes. So, the shape of the fries is as much a part of the experience as the taste, and it comes from the way the potatoes are cut. The potato cutting machine is like a giant wood chipper that works by shooting potatoes into high-pressure water knives at 60 to 70 miles per hour. Workers at McDonald's factories describe the potato cutting machine as being incredibly strong, producing sounds similar to that of some water park attraction gone bad. Once the potatoes have been cut, they're ready for a special bath to wash them. This bath is made of a mixture of dextrose and sodium acid pyrophosphate. Dextrose is a simple sugar made from corn, usually used as a sweetener in processed foods and corn syrup, so it's something you're pretty familiar with. Apart from the sweetening function, dextrose gives the fries a uniform golden color and prevents them from turning an unappealing gray color after being fried. Sodium acid pyrophosphate is a food-safe chemical that helps reduce the levels of acrylamide, a carcinogen present in fried potatoes, from the washed and sliced potatoes. After the potatoes have been sliced and bathed, the next step is to fry them, but not the final frying that makes them ready for consumption. At the McDonald's factories, workers partially fry the potatoes to speed up the cooking process when they arrive at the McDonald's restaurants. Frying the potatoes at this stage is crucial. Once the potatoes have been fried, they're placed on conveyor belts that run them about 50 yards through a flash freezer tunnel to freeze them. This step is crucial for the uniform appearance of the potatoes and easy storage. Sometimes, potatoes can still turn colors even after they've been cooked or frozen, and not just after being peeled. So the sodium acid pyrophosphate added earlier ensures the potatoes retain that natural pale yellow color. The next step is for the potatoes to be transported to the different McDonald's outlets across the country. Transportation logistics for billions of tons of potatoes is not a walk in the park, so McDonald's partners with other companies that can make the job easier. One of them is Simplot, a food processing company based in Idaho. Here's a fun fact: the Simplot and McDonald's partnership goes as far back as the 1940s. Simplot was the first company to create and market commercially frozen French fries. By the late 1940s, Simplot had become the exclusive supplier of fries to McDonald's, and that relationship is still strong today. Simplot operates potato processing plants in 4 U.S. cities, with 3 dedicated to selling products throughout the U.S. and to international customers, including regional and national quick-service restaurant chains and retail and full-line distribution companies. One can only imagine that catering to a big corporation like McDonald's requires a lot of speed and attention to detail. McDonald's also employs logistics and trucking companies to deliver the fries to their restaurants, such as Golden State Foods, which services 25,000 stores across 50 countries. When the fries arrive at your local store, they are frozen until it's time for use. The next step is probably you walking up to the counter and placing your order. When McDonald's restaurants are busy, kitchen staff are constantly dipping fry basket after fry basket into hot oil. And speaking of oil, McDonald's used partially hydrogenated oil for their fries until 2008 when they switched, getting rid of trans fat in their products. Now, all the frying is done using a blend of canola oil, corn oil, and soybean oil, which are considered to have 0 grams of trans fat per serving, and also low saturated fat content. But it wasn't easy to find the perfect alternative oil. McDonald's reportedly spent 7 years on the hunt, testing 18 different types of oils. The fries are designed to cook in 3 minutes, thanks to all the work that's already gone into making them at the factory. However, some new ingredients are added to make them extra delicious and crispy. One of them is the star ingredient that makes McDonald's fries so addictive: natural beef flavor. This is just one more trick up McDonald's sleeve that gives the fries a unique taste. McDonald's used to fry their potatoes in beef fat in the past, and over the years, it became part of the whole McDonald's fries experience. Due to concerns over the saturated fat content of beef fat, McDonald's later switched to vegetable oil. But to maintain the taste and flavor clients were used to, they added the essence of beef to the fries. That arrangement did not work out for long though, due to outrage from vegetarian groups. They sued McDonald's for misleading customers into believing the French fries were actually vegetarian friendly. So, McDonald's had to find another way to satisfy paying customers without straying too much from what the customers know and love by adopting plant-based beef flavoring for their fries. This flavoring is achieved using hydrolyzed wheat and hydrolyzed milk, which is added to the frying oil to give the fries that signature beefy taste. In the end, everyone's happy. Vegetarians can eat McDonald's fries without unknowingly consuming beef oil. Another special ingredient is a chemical compound called dimethylpolysiloxane, a polymer of silicone. This chemical is not listed on the US McDonald's fries ingredients list because it's not technically one of the ingredients added to the fries, although it is used in the cooking process. Dimethylpolysiloxane is used in the cooking oil to prevent the fries from foaming and boiling over. We wouldn't want the kitchen staff suffering any unnecessary burns or injuries. Also, research has shown that the chemical has the potential to regrow hair. It probably won't stop you from balding when you hit 30, but it's sure good to know. By now, you should know that when it comes to McDonald's, nothing happens by accident. This also applies to the amount of salt added to every tray or box of French fries served at a McDonald's restaurant. Through extensive research, McDonald's has figured out just the amount of salt to add to their fries to keep you hooked without tipping into an unhealthy amount. A typical serving of a small portion of McDonald's fries contains about half a gram of salt. That's about 160 milligrams of sodium per small order and 350 milligrams of sodium for large orders. Compared to your daily recommended amount of sodium, that's reasonable. Now you know how McDonald's fries are not all that delicious after they've been left out for some hours? Well, McDonald's staff are also aware that the fries become less delicious when they're cold. So, they take care not to allow the fries to sit too long before being given to the customers. In fact, McDonald's has a very specific time restriction for how long the fries can sit on the heat tray before they're discarded. In Canada, for example, that time limit is 7 minutes max. However, if you want your fries truly fresh, you can just ask the workers for unsalted fries, and you get a new batch of fries made especially for you. When you ask for no salt fries, McDonald's staff makes sure you get a serving that's not had any contact with salt at all. Of course, you do have to keep in mind that asking for no salt fries will delay your order by just a few minutes. So now you know all the steps involved in making the iconic McDonald's fries that are loved by millions of people worldwide. It's almost certain you couldn't watch this video to the end without craving a hot serving of golden, crispy, tender French fries. But at least when you satisfy that craving, you'll know exactly what you put in your mouth. And how cool is that? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like and a share, and subscribe to this channel to learn how to make other fun things. Meanwhile, what's your favorite dip to go with your Mickey D's fries? Let us know in the comments.